Alright guys, figured I'd do a quick little video here on the GTV and where it stands with everything. So I'll go back over everything I have on this board and how she's running now with the Thor300 in it. So we got the Tech Rails Saber rails, which have I believe 3 or 3.5 degree angle on front and back. Tech Rails 6-inch wheel, Hoosier tire, Tech Rails Halo foot pads with one wheel parts, hex foam grip tape, flight fins. I got the green, these are the actual one wheel bumpers. And then inside, which you're not going to be able to see, is I have the Chai Batteries 50S battery pack. The Samsung cells, which is still an 18S2P battery pack. Then I have the Thor300 VESC, and I have the Ava Sparks mounting kit with their lights here, front and back, status. So yeah, it's pretty much it, I guess, although that's a lot. It's taken a lot of time to put this all together. The board rides great now, and a lot of that is actually thanks to the float control app that Surf Dotto put out there and recognizes if you have some value set wrong. I'm still getting a little bit of brake crunching on it. Very rare, but it still does happen occasionally, is a little bit of acceleration crunching. Yeah, it's riding pretty good, and with this Samsung 50S battery in it, I mean, the mileage you get out of this thing is insane. I'm using this more as like a long range board. So a while back I got a 31-mile ride out of it before I had to tap out because my legs are killing me, and I still had, I believe, 21% battery according to the app left on here. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So switching this over to VESC from the straight up GT, there is a very noticeable difference when it comes to power. And again, I'm still using the Hypercore stator. The only thing that's still float wheel on here is the stator, the battery box, and the controller box, and the harness, really. Oh yes, I forgot I have a Pickle Works BMS in here now too. So, which is nice because I'm still able to use the hypercharger from one wheel and the regular charger that I already have. But yeah, other than that, everything else has changed out here. And the connectors, of course, managed to keep all them the same. I didn't do anything crazy with cutting up the motor cable and whatnot. But yeah, the Ava Sparks kit, that was a little bit of a challenge. I think he has since released some more stuff that'll make it actually easier for you guys to do the conversion kit. The light bar, you know, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I gotta give a huge shout out to him because he, you know, we actually spoke on the phone and he got me all squared away with getting this thing programmed because I was struggling with that. So with his RGB kit, you actually connect through the Wi-Fi on your phone and then you program it, and we were struggling because there was some error that was happening, but he got me through it, and it got me, you know, at least as far as I wanted to get with the programming. So when you see the front here, when you stop, it shows you the battery level, which even this isn't like 100% because even when it's at full charge, it only goes to about here. But it gives you a ballpark idea. The same with the status bar here. The entire time you're riding, I have it set up so that it just does the battery percent. And like, I think if I was to look at the backlight here, nope, backlight's just completely off when it's stationary. So, but yeah, power wise, this thing, I mean, I ride over little curbs like this, and when, you know, if I'm not paying attention, I ride over it slow. When it was just the GT with the one wheel software and hardware, the electronics, it would like give you that grinding noise, the crunching sound or whatever, because it didn't want to go over. It didn't have the power to do it. Now that's not even remotely a problem with this switching over to VESC. So the HyperCore is much more capable than what they allow it to be. Cool thing is now they're finally doing some awesome upgrades one wheel themselves, you know, with their footholds, the fact that you can now actually get a battery pack to fix your board, a new controller. Like, it seems as though if I ever actually wanted to bring this back to being a full Future Motion board, I could now, which you couldn't do before. So they are finally doing some good things there, but I won't go back to making this a Future Motion board. I just put too much work into it at this point to ever consider doing that. Plus, with it still being VESC, it has more power. You know, it's fully customizable now. I'm using the VESC Man all-around tune, which is awesome. Primarily this board, I ride on road. I do a little bit off-road and occasionally, but right now I'm at about 150 miles on this board with the VESC installed. Yeah, so I love this board. It's a hard push now that I got this finally riding for the most part correct with the crunching and everything else. Originally, when I first started up, I had some major issues with going up steep hills, but again, thanks to the flow control app, I got that ironed away, and the only thing I have now is the occasional brake crunching, which, you know, isn't terrible. But yeah, the Thor300 is awesome. This thing just rides so much better with it. And yeah, eventually I'd really like to try getting some ride video out there on this stuff, but I want to give you guys a brief overview of where I'm at with this board right now. And yeah, if anyone watching these videos has any suggestions on how I can get rid of that brake crunching or anything else I could try, let me know. I do plan on trying to do some sort of comparison video between this, the Fungineers Fun Wheel, and the ADV from Float Wheel. So thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and yeah, have a great day.